Have you ever confided something deeply personal, only to later regret not keeping it to yourself? As we mature, it becomes evident that certain matters are best left unspoken, not from a desire for secrecy, but as a means to preserve our peace and dignity. This discussion will examine 5 important areas of life where maintaining a gentle silence can be particularly beneficial for our well-being, can strengthen familial bonds, and contribute to our mental health. This is not a call to conceal your true self, but rather to foster a life marked by contentment and mutual respect among those dearest to us. Let us explore these valuable insights together, which may well transform your approach to family relationships. Should you find this guidance meaningful, kindly support these efforts. Your engagement enables the dissemination of vital life lessons to a broader community. Let us now consider the essential secrets you may wish to keep from your family for your own benefit. Secret 1. Past major mistakes. As we age, it is natural to desire to share our life journey, including our triumphs, struggles, and accrued wisdom. Nevertheless, in the case of past serious mistakes, sometimes silence provides greater benefit than disclosure. This silence is not for secrecy's sake, but rather to preserve tranquility both within ourselves and within our family. Consider Mr. Lawrence, a retired craftsman who once shared a painful financial loss with his granddaughter, hoping the story would illustrate the significance of trust. Unexpectedly, her reaction conveyed concern and even pity, inadvertently leaving Mr. Lawrence feeling exposed and slightly regretful. He came to realize that not every past misstep must serve as a lesson for others. Often family members see us as role models, and hearing about certain regrets may prove burdensome or change their perception of us in unintended ways. A moment we view as formative might be interpreted as cause for caution or judgment, thereby altering our relationship dynamics. When we choose to keep such experiences private, these episodes become personal markers of resilience, quietly informing how we support and guide family members. Our loved ones need not know every detail to benefit from our wisdom. A simple remark, such as "I learned the value of trust the hard way," is often sufficient. This selective discretion affords us significant freedom. By deciding which parts of our past to remain private, we avoid unnecessary pain or misinterpretation that can arise from excessive sharing. In doing so, we remain present as who we have become, not defined by former regrets. Family members may then see us as resilient individuals who have come to peace with life's inevitable challenges. Silence, in this case, does not equate to denial. It is a testament to our having gleaned lasting lessons without needing validation through disclosure. Such an approach preserves our dignity and avoids the risk of judgment or pity, allowing us to mentor by the strength we have earned rather than by the errors we have made. Carrying these stories privately endows us with the reminders of the life we have led. The accumulated lessons quietly shaping how we support and guide our family. In this manner, we communicate the importance of caution and perseverance. By carefully selecting what we share, we leave behind a legacy marked by wisdom and strength, not regret. In an era that encourages the unreserved sharing of one's life, there is uncommon grace in holding certain stories close. These private reflections fortify us without altering how others perceive us, fostering a sense of inner serenity and wisdom that commands respect and gently guides loved ones. Remember, not every story requires an audience. By discerning between what to share and what to retain, you maintain both your inner peace and the esteem of those closest to you. This quiet resolve allows your family to regard you as a model of resilience, encouraging patience and mutual understanding. Secret 2. Minor health concerns. As we age, heightened awareness of our health is to be expected. However, constantly sharing every minor discomfort with family can often incite more anxiety than reassurance. This is not indicative of a lack of care. Indeed, it is often precisely because our family cares so deeply. Sometimes preserving a cheerful atmosphere necessitates keeping minor health matters to oneself. Consider Mrs. Eleanor, a retired teacher in her 70s, who found daily aches and pains creeping up as a result of age. She mentioned her sore knees to her daughter, only to be inundated with advice and guidance. While grateful for her daughter's concern, Miss Eleanor felt somewhat diminished and over time noticed her family began to treat her more cautiously than she desired. Opting to focus on her general well-being and to discuss only significant health concerns, she noticed a positive transformation. Her family began to appreciate her strength and enjoyed her company more freely. There is wisdom in sharing only what is truly relevant. Minor ailments seldom require family intervention. By centering conversation around life's positive aspects, we foster a warm and cheerful environment. This approach does not mean neglecting one's health. Rather, it allows for careful control over the narrative, presenting oneself as strong and resilient rather than as a patient. And in a world awash with health information, it is easy to fixate on each discomfort, but excessive attention to minor issues can lead to unnecessary concern. By keeping such details private, we remind both our family and ourselves that our identity is not dictated by our health. When gathering with family, try sharing recent pleasures or forthcoming pursuits rather than minor ailments. This shift encourages all to appreciate you as an individual fully engaged with life. As demonstrated by Mrs. Eleanor, a positive focus does not ignore the realities of aging, but reframes them, granting both you and Nandi and your family the opportunity to enjoy each other's company without being weighted by anxiety. When substantial health matters do arise, your family will appreciate their seriousness, given the foundation of resilience you have established. Consider whether revealing each small discomfort is truly beneficial. More often than not, retaining such information spares your loved ones unnecessary worry and allows them to treasure your fortitude. In the final evaluation, choosing how and when to share information about one's health is an act rooted in both affection and discernment, reinforcing a legacy of optimism and resilience that eclipses words alone. Moshe, Secret 3. Unfulfilled dreams or aspirations. As time progresses, we may all harbor dreams left unfulfilled, whether it is travel, an alternative career, or creative pursuits abandoned along the way. These dreams hold meaning, but sharing them too freely may inadvertently cast a bittersweet shadow over our family relationships, particularly if loved ones lack the context to understand or may misinterpret our intentions. Reflect on Mr. James, a retired mechanic who once aspired to become a musician. Having chosen a different path, he was content. Yet on sharing his unfulfilled dream with his grandson, he sensed discomfort. His grandson knew the story was significant, but could not appreciate the nuance, feeling unnecessary guilt or pity. Mr. James came to understand that some dreams are best cherished privately as reminders of the life one chose and the happiness found therein. By choosing to reminisce about what one has achieved, the family nurtured, friendships forged, and joy discovered, one transforms possible regret into celebration. Family members, especially the younger generation, may not comprehend why these ambitions matter. Sharing them can inadvertently cause concern or even sadness. Keeping them close safeguards everyone's peace of mind and emphasizes the lessons learned and values lived rather than missed opportunities. When engaged in such reflection, focus on the qualities developed and the relationships built rather than aspirations left behind. Mr. James now recounts the perseverance and patience gained from his trade, which have benefited his life in unforeseen ways. Through sharing these values, his family perceives his passions, irrespective of the form they ultimately took. Unspoken dreams can imbue our lives with a quiet beauty, reminding us that fulfillment can take diverse forms. By cherishing certain aspirations privately, we enable our loved ones to celebrate the strength, wisdom, and affection that define our legacy. In this tacit strength, our family finds inspiration for their own journeys, fostering gratitude and acceptance. Treasure your remaining ambitions as reminders of the depth of your experience and the love you have given. In this way, you inspire your family to embrace their own distinct paths with gratitude and courage. Secret 4. Disappointments or dissatisfaction with family. It is common as we grow older to develop expectations or hopes for our loved ones. However, openly expressing disappointment or dissatisfaction in their choices can often do more harm than good, potentially causing strain and misunderstanding. Choosing to keep such feelings private can protect family harmony and ultimately reinforce relationships. Consider Mrs. Amelia, a retired librarian who hoped her daughter would choose a stable career, but watched her pursue the unpredictability of small business ownership. In expressing her concerns, albeit kindly, she inadvertently signaled a lack of belief in her daughter's aspirations, temporarily straining their bond. Upon reflection, Mrs. Amelia resolved to be a source of encouragement rather than criticism, focusing on offering unwavering support. This adjustment allowed her daughter to feel accepted, and as a result, their relationship flourished. There is profound wisdom in silence where criticism is concerned. Whilst it is only natural to have preferences regarding our family members' choices, vocalizing disapproval can easily be misconstrued, creating a gulf where acceptance belongs. Quiet support, free from judgment, communicates love and respect, fostering an environment in which family members feel both safe and empowered. Choosing silence does not imply endorsement of every decision. It demonstrates a trust in one's loved ones to determine their own course. By reflecting on whether disappointment stems from personal values or genuine concern for the other's welfare, we can separate our perspectives from their needs, selecting our words more judiciously. Family dynamics are often delicate, and in such contexts, silence is a powerful tool for nurturing peace. By letting go of minor disappointments, we enable our relationships to thrive on mutual respect and acceptance. In the long run, our loved ones are unlikely to recall each comment, but they will remember the acceptance and support that underpinned our interactions. Through silent encouragement, we build enduring trust and leave a legacy of love, understanding, and respect. Thus, when next confronted with disappointment, pause and consider whether a supportive silence would better serve your family. In so doing, you safeguard the bonds that sustain and enrich your lives. Secret 5. Personal plans for assets. Discussing assets and inheritance with family can be tempting, driven by the wish to provide reassurance and demonstrate careful planning. Yet, sharing too many details prematurely can result in misunderstanding and, in some cases, discord. By maintaining privacy in these matters until the appropriate moment, you help preserve family unity and focus attention on relationships rather than material considerations. Take the example of Mr. Robert, a retired banker who, in sharing his proposed estate arrangements with his sons, noticed shifts in their behavior and subtle tensions developing. He realized that making his private plans public inadvertently introduced competition and debate, diverting attention away from family connection. Deciding to finalize matters discreetly, consulting only with a trusted advisor, Mr. Robert restored peace and allowed his sons to relate to him as a father rather than as a steward of potential inheritance. Preserving confidentiality regarding assets is not a sign of distrust, but an understanding that conversations about finances can, at times, overshadow what truly matters, the family bond. Open discussions about inheritances can unintentionally prompt family members to assess relationships through a material lens, creating needless tension. Delay such conversations until they become necessary, prioritizing connection and harmony. Furthermore, private arrangements allow for flexibility, ensuring decisions remain aligned with your values and long-term intentions without the risk of undue pressure. When the time does come to share your plans, you can do so with careful thought and clarity. In the interim, consider imparting wisdom in ways unconnected to your own estate, such as offering practical financial guidance. This equips family members with the necessary skills to secure their own futures while enabling you to retain control over the timing and nature of your disclosures. In conclusion, family is comprised of far more than shared assets or legal documents. It is grounded in love, respect, and trust. Protect these foundations by handling matters of inheritance with discretion, allowing relationships to remain paramount. Through this approach, you leave a legacy far richer than material wealth alone, one defined by the values and connections forged over a lifetime. Conclusion: through life's journey, we come to appreciate that some matters are best held close to the heart. Exercising prudence in what we share and what we retain is not concealment, but a conscious effort to maintain peace, safeguard our well-being, and nurture strong family ties. These 5 insights serve as reminders that a resilient, respectful, and loving life is achieved through thoughtful choices. If you have found these reflections beneficial, please consider indicating your support and sharing your own experiences. Such engagement fosters a community dedicated to practical advice and enduring wisdom for a balanced, fulfilling life. Let us continue to grow together, upholding the values that endure